Hi Manish.
Hi.
Let's begin with your introduction. What do you do?
I run the VUN Network. I founded the VUN Network and the Smile One Group. Uh, Within VUN Network and Smile One Group, we have digital media, e-commerce, and digital advertising agencies, which are industry leading. So a couple of brands that probably industry would know are, which run as part of these ventures are Quaser, which is the leading digital media agency, Tyroo, which is the leading digital media network in the country, Letsbuy, which we recently sold to Flipkart, and a couple of other companies that are part of this venture.
Awesome. So I have a couple of questions which typically startups, dabble with. First is, what do you think about entrepreneurship?
Yeah, I mean this question I could only answer for myself after a long time. So when I was getting into it, I didn't even know the word really entrepreneurship. But I think it's a lifestyle decision.
Mm-hmm.
It is not a decision to. It's not about making money. It is not about passion. It is. I think all these things one can find everywhere else also. But I think it is clearly a decision of a lifestyle. Entrepreneurship is a decision that one takes. That he wants to actually adopt a lifestyle of someone who wants to drive his own passion, run his own way, do things that he wants to do,
Mm-hmm.
and over this journey builds things like wealth, fame, companies, etc., etc. But if you look at the start of this thing, it is about driving driving your own passion or your own vision.
Yeah. So you think the choice is not entirely based on what gives you more money?
Not at all. I mean, these are this is when we started our first venture. We didn't even know when we'll be able to kind of take money home. I mean, in how many years? And so I think making money is just by the way. Some people make it early, some people make it late. But people who continue to follow their passion, dreams, etc. I think God is kind enough to kind of then give wealth as a byproduct of that hard work.
Right. But do you think the Indian ecosystem, when you look at the startups, you look at the investors, seed capital, angel investing, VC community, do you think the ecosystem is geared up to encourage startup entrepreneurs who come with who are at the concept stage? They have a beautiful concept. They think people will start using their products or service, but they've not really thought through the business plan around it. It's purely driven by passion. Do you think our community is looking at such kind of products and encouraging entrepreneurship?
So in 2004, when 99, let me put it this way, when we started our first business, and then again in 2004, there was only one mentor in India, which was Mr. Narayan Murthy, who became like the chief mentor of Infosys. Today, I mean, there are probably hundreds of them that you can find in the country in our sector,
Right?
who are eligible mentors,
Mm-hmm.
who could actually mentor business. And back in 99, 2004, even till like 2 years back, till a lot of people didn't successfully build their own businesses, there weren't enough mentors. There weren't enough. Forget angels and seeds, etc. There was only few VCs or couple of VCs back in 2005, and we are just talking about what 8 years back when we kind of launched Quaser. There was this so today there are multiple choices of mentors.
Mm-hmm.
There are multiple choices of angel investors, multiple choices of seed funds, multiple choice. So I mean, what best ecosystem would we want here? I think it is very fortunate that now we have people who can dabble with their money, who have made money so that they can dabble with their own money.
Mm-hmm.
And I think today if any entrepreneur comes to me and says, "मेरे को पैसे नहीं मिल रहे हैं," I mean, I think there is something, or he's not able to find mentor. I think he has to go back to the drawing board. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you feel that
Completely ready ecosystem.
we have
200%.
What are the kind of sectors do you think the mentors or the early stage investors are most comfortable investing in? Because what I see is it's easy for internet or a technology business to get funding today than the other businesses, other concepts. Is that true?
To a large extent, yes. Traditional business, I want to open up a shop in Lajpat Nagar, of course I will not get seed funding. So companies that in some way can attract value so that the investor can double, triple their money, that's what he's looking at from when he's investing, are only available in few sectors where there are large companies ready to buy smaller companies at a valuation based on multiples. This phenomenon is not possible in many other kind of businesses which are like old age. So in new age businesses this is possible, and when these old age businesses were new age, I think this was possible then also.
Okay.
So for every new age business this is quite possible, and therefore investors and more investment money is available for these sectors because investors can turn around their money much faster. So to a large extent, yes, that's true what you're saying.
How does a startup company or a startup entrepreneur choose his mentor? Who does he go to? I mean, what should he look for when he's looking for a mentor?
I think first and foremost, he should decide whether he needs a mentor or not. So we were fortunate to have mentors in our business when we were young. But then over a period of time, now we could actually say that of course we were fortunate that we got mentor. But if we wouldn't have, so we didn't have a chance to think whether we want or we don't want. But thankfully we didn't think that, and we got a mentor. I think first question is that whether I need a mentor or not. Does my business require any kind of mentorship? It's always good to have one, but it is not always also good to kind of have one if you don't need one. Because what happens is that an entrepreneur runs with his own dream. No, very few people can understand his dream, can understand his vision. There is a light at the end of the tunnel which he is seeing. Very few people can see that.
Correct.
I don't want that anyone should come and disturb that light. So I think getting a mentor at a time when you are very firm about what you want to do.
Correct.
And you need mentorship in things that you should not make mistake to reach that end of the tunnel. Is a good time to have a mentor, not to decide whether that is the right light or not.
Okay.
So so once you've firmed up your decision that this is what you want to go behind, then is a good time to have a mentor. Now, if you've decided what is a good time to have a mentor, I think there are 2-3 kinds of mentors one can find. One, does he need domain knowledge? Second, does he want people who have done this before, so that he can understand what kind of mistakes that he should not commit? So domain, non-domain and process experts, etc. So there are a couple of ways one can go about and find a mentor. And then when he has done that, I think he should not be shy enough to approach someone who is retired, someone who is very senior, but not non-competing. I think people are really open to kind of spend their time and help the community.
Right. You raised you used a very nice word, passion. Now, a founder typically starts thinking of a product out of passion or liking, or at least he thinks that that's a need for the day. I see a lot of founders dabbling with getting another co-founder to join the team. Now, I think this is what one of the things that investors look for. So he needs a co-founder. But the choice is between getting somebody who's very senior in the industry, well-known, has proven technology, and getting him on board. And he may not share the same passion, or his passion may not be as deep as the founder's passion. The other choice is to get somebody who's a geek, young kid out of college, he's there, he wants to prove something. What do you recommend a founder should go with? A geek, young kid, or someone who brings a lot of experience and exposure to technologies, etc.?
There's no perfect answer to it, sorry, but I think jugaad is a very, very important term that people forget. There's a lot of science which is used around entrepreneurship. There's very less science and a lot of art.
Right.
And a lot of art is a lot of jugaad. So when you start, just think, whosoever you can pick your hands. Of course, people do mistakes. We've done mistakes around choosing not good co-founders, around choosing not the right set of team, etc., etc. And people do fail about it, but there is no perfect science for it. You should gel with that guy. You should think that he is right from the. He should be a good person. More importantly,
right.
If you are teamed up with people who are finally good people and complimenting you, I think it will go a long way. Whether he's a young, geeky, non-co-founder, sometimes they kind of do a lot more work than the co-founder does. Sometimes you're lucky to kind of get co-founders, and sometimes if you don't get anyone, just go out and do it. My first startup, I had a co-founder who was out of the country, and practically he's just co-founder from a visiting card perspective. And but yeah, things went on and went on and went on.
So you think resourcefulness is one thing that a founder must have?
Absolutely.
Great, great. Is there any tip that you would want to share with the startup community?
I meet a lot of people. My only thing is that with all this is happening around and maybe this interview people will see, etc. There are a lot of things to people to talk about, listen, etc. But I think they should just believe in their heart. जो खुद अच्छा लगता है वो करें. Just follow follow their own way, their own direction, their own will, their own and do not feel shy that he said do something like this, let's do it like this. There is nothing right and nothing wrong. Do what it feels right, and do a lot of jugaad, do a lot of resourcefulness, like you've put it in English. But just make it happen. Put the goal in your front and say whatever it takes, meet that goal.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Right. One last question. When is a good time to start up? Is it just out of college when you don't have anything to lose, or this other school of thought is that go get your experience first, work with a large organization, and then do your startup? What in your opinion is the right thing to do?
I think the day it strikes your heart, it is about. So okay, scientific answer is that sooner the better, because you have less practical responsibilities from an outside world perspective, which one can't ignore.
Right.
Family responsibilities, etc., etc. So sooner the better. That's scientific. But finally, people do it. I did my second startup when I was just 20 days before getting married, right? So I said, here, this is the right time, just quit the job. It is better to kind of do it now. So I think there's no good answer. It has to kind of strike from your heart. Okay. This is the right time, let's do it. But sooner the better.
Okay. So you had newness both from professional and personal.
Absolutely.
Manish, thank you for speaking with me. I
Harbinder.
think this interview is going to be very, very useful to any startup person who's going to see this.
Thank you. Best wishes, sir. Best wishes. Thank you very much. Thank you.